The real Gerald Lightseeker. I mean, the real Morgan. Alright everybody, this is the second to last video, I believe, in this walkthrough series where I'm going through the entire game with commentary. Now, there's some other videos that are more helpful if you want some tips and tricks and doodle-das and thingamajigs from the channel Vaduke. He's a friend of mine. I don't know him in real life, but, you know, I pretend, because digital is real, am I right? That's what the pandemic taught us. So we're going through this demon-y level. It's very reminiscent of, you know, let's just be real. This entire series and artwork and heroes is all reminiscent of Lord of the Rings. Am I right or am I right? And that's okay, because Lord of the Rings is epic. Therefore, these games have a good amount of epicness. But I'm going through these, and during my playthrough, I'm just learning as I fail. This demon world is really tricky. I thought the troll one was tricky the first few times I played it because I died and just couldn't progress like 5 times in a row or something, because you're just trying to learn over and over again how to space out your guys properly while attacking. And it's tricky. As you can see, I kept some of my defeats in this video because I wanted you to see how freaking hard these are. So we get in, we try again, and we make it through. Now, there's some really useful abilities that need to be mentioned. One of the most important ones that are good for basically every situation ever is the Ice Lance. I think that's what it's called. The icing, ability. Icing on the cake ability from your sorcerer. He freezes enemies. If they're in a line, you can freeze like 3 guys at a time if you're decently lucky. Sometimes even more than that. And it makes them skip an entire, 2 turns? That's insane. And yeah, that ability, that'll save their lives. And I was reading on, I don't know if it was somewhere on YouTube here, somebody posting a helpful video, or if it was somebody on the Reddit site for these games, which, by the way, you should go join, because there's a lot of stuff on there, and it's really fun talking to everybody. I'm on there a lot, too. But anyways, I was learning that you can shoot your own guys with the Ice Lance, and then if a big, bulky enemy attacks them, and normally would do, like, a lot of true damage or something, all that they can do is break the ice. So in a last-ditch scenario, you can use your icing ability from your sorcerer to freaking freeze your own unit to block an incoming attack. That's pretty epic. Now, that would probably work best if your sorcerer isn't in range to freeze over the unit and just prevent them from attacking anyways, obviously, because that's what it's mainly used for. But it is kind of a cool thing. I think I accidentally do it actually in this video or the next one that I'm currently editing, where I accidentally freeze my one of my units. I think it's a Dark Knight that I pick up or something, and then a guy tries to hit him, and then it just doesn't do anything except for shatter the ice, which is actually pretty cool. But those kind of things come in handy very much in this game, where it's so easy to die and to not know what you're doing. Now, if spacing your guys wasn't the most important thing, and then, having good RNG and knowing what all the abilities are and everything weren't a very just bigly important thing, dealing with the fact that RNG plays such a freaking huge role in this game is fun. It offers variety, but it's also frustrating, because in this playthrough I got my Sasquatch, and I was kind of thinking, okay, I don't have to worry about armor being ignored by mages, so that's cool. But the Sasquatch isn't ideal for my playstyle, because get this, almost always, if not always, he moves 1 sphere at a time. Now, eventually he can be upgraded, you get a little bit of armor, which is cool, I guess, and then he can go on to throw a boulder, which is like pretty epic actually, and it stuns people and it can hit an area. So that kind of stuff is like really, really cool. But overall, could you get somebody better? Like, the Barbarian seems like he can do a lot of just awesome things So if you pick up somebody who's really good, you gotta know, so much of it is just RNG. So pray to RNGesus. Now, what you can control is spacing, making sure that you put your guys somewhere where they're not gonna just die every second. Okay, that's pretty important. And the rest of it is knowing when to attack and when to play more defensively. It's not a bad idea to play more defensively, but sometimes you need to attack and just murder, you know, some of those little Flareons that you're going to run into in this map, or some other guys who are just really frustrating to deal with, like big old demon boys that shield everyone around them. Now, a lot of this world can have a lot of skeletons, and the skeletons, they're not that hard to deal with, honestly. The demon hordes are way worse, but the skeletons are annoying because it's like, well, what strategy do you do? Because they come back from the dead. So if you take out like 4 of the 6 skeletons before you, but then they go through 2 cycles of it potentially being their turn again, you know, the dead ones, then they're going to get back up, and you just have to kill them all over again. At least if you kill them for the second time, they do end up dying permanently, which is awesome. But yeah, so you kind of have to make the decision. Can you kill all the skeletons at once, or are you going to go for the double kill, the double tap on each one? Now, these demon dogs are frustrating. As you can see, Gerald misses them because they can dodge melee attacks. I think they can even dodge like certain melee ability attacks. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but here we are entering another just a difficult level. Those, I think they're Flareons, that guy that's tossing a fireball up in the air and, you know, all that goodness. And you have to be careful, man. You have to know what they're going to do, how far they can move, how far they can throw, and Viduk's video showing an entire walkthrough of this world, the demon world, is really helpful for things like that. Now, I was only able to watch pretty much all of it after I gave my attempt on this and the final boss, but yeah, so for those of you who are struggling, just watch his walkthroughs, okay? Because they're going to help you a lot. And it's going to help you a lot for boss fights, too, because sometimes you have no idea what the heck is going to happen. That kind of defines a lot of this game so far. You have no idea what's happening, and then it happens, and then you learn, and then you have to redo the whole thing. But I guess that is how the Legends of Kingdom Rush do. If you understand that reference, please comment it below, and I'll give you a heart and possibly a pin. What a wonderful frickin' trophy. Thanks for watching, but this one ultimately ends in defeat. I'm going to give this another attempt with possibly a different party that seems more suited for all this magic damage, and then try again. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like and subscribe or something!